hopeless for a little while there when we first got here and everything got canceled.
Tonight, a Hillsboro family stranded in Central Florida after Hurricane Ian flooded roads and shut down airports there. Katu's Eric Mock joins us now live from Portland International Airport. And Eric, you spoke to this family from their hotel room in Orlando.
Yeah, they're stuck there for the time being. They tell me that they were hoping to be on a cruise ship by now, a Disney cruise ship, but Hurricane Ian had other plans.
We've had this trip planned for a year and a half, so had no idea that this was going to be what we were heading into, but here we are.
We talked to Katie Cooper from her Disney Resort hotel room, where she and her family have been stuck for the past 2 days thanks to Hurricane Ian.
They had asked us to shelter in place yesterday to stay at the hotel. We weren't supposed to leave the hotel grounds at all, and then after 9 o'clock is when they said to shelter in your room. So that's when all the lobby stuff shut down, the food shut down.
Katie and her family awoke Thursday morning to see some minor damage right around their hotel.
Like pathways to walk around the resort have been a lot of standing water, and there's a lot of debris all over the pathways and lots of down limbs, no big down trees or anything, but a lot of down limbs and leaves and just lots of debris all over the pathway and all of the resort.
But surrounding areas are seeing more severe impacts. The Kissimmee Police Department posted this picture showing high water trapping drivers trying to get through flooded roads. And at this nursing home in Orlando, Orange County firefighters had to evacuate residents when water got into the building. But Cooper and her family have been very lucky. Even with the theme parks closed, their son got to hang out with some Disney characters in the hotel lobby. He even got to help a baby squirrel displaced by the storm.
I really want to pet him.
Yeah, don't pet him though, please.
Surprisingly, Cooper says living in Oregon prepared them well for riding out a Florida hurricane.
So we're used to the rain. We've got all our Columbia jackets and our rain boots, and we are ready to ride it out.
County Office of Emergency Management does say they have found some human remains, are in the process of notifying the families.
Recovery efforts are underway for the float plane that crashed off of Whidbey Island early in September.
We were able to get the engine up on Wednesday, and then today we were able to get up 80% of the plane, almost the entirety.
10 people were killed in the crash, including a child and the pilot. The law firm representing 2 families that lost their loved ones sent us statements on their behalf. The first one is from the Hilty family, and it reads in part, quote, "The past 3 weeks have been absolute torture as we continue to anxiously await the retrieval of the plane and, more importantly, our loved ones." The second one from David and Marcy Von Beck, parents of 29-year-old Seattle attorney Gabby Hanna. "We all so hope that the recovery effort is successful and that everybody's loved ones are recovered and the cause of this horrific crash is determined." As families wait for answers on the cause of the crash, NTSB officials say progress is being made.
We just found, right before this interview, the propeller and the gearbox.
And the hope is by the end of the recovery process, those answers will stop potential tragedies in the future.
Our goal is to determine what happened, why it happened, and to prevent that from happening again.
The 3 hospitals, Legacy Health, Providence, and Peace Health, filed a lawsuit against the Oregon Health Authority, claiming it's leaving some of its patients in limbo. The lawsuit claims that patients that were admitted to acute care against their will because they're a danger to themselves or others are spending a lot longer than they should be in those acute care units. It's blaming the Oregon Health Authority, who manages the state hospitals, for failing to transfer them to that longer-term care. Oregon law allows people who are deemed to be a danger to themselves or others to be committed against their will. But some Oregon hospital systems are claiming OHA is neglecting to care for those people by leaving them to languish in restrictive acute care units for months on end. Legacy Health, Providence Health Services, and Peace Health filed a lawsuit against the agency this week. Melissa Eckstein is the president for Unity Service for Behavioral Health.
We are a precious, limited resource for our entire state, and we were designed to be here for when people are at their most emergent crisis.
The lawsuit claims that the state hospital managed by OHA is not allowing transfers from acute care. They say, as a result, patients who are only meant to be there for a short period of time are spending months in highly restrictive settings. Eckstein says 20% of admissions to Unity Center for Behavioral Health are committed against their will and take up 50% of capacity because they stay there so long.
When we've got, a backup and we're not able to move people through, it means that we're possibly not available for people who are in crisis.